everyone's talking about my new talk show, Live with Carisha. We shoot live on Thursdays in Atlanta. It's amazing. What are you waiting for? Tap in.
I would like everybody in the building to give a warm welcome to legendary singer, artist, charting artist, Grammy-nominated artist, CeeLo Green in the hot seat. So it is an absolute honor to have you here.
Thank you. My
Yes,
pleasure.
absolutely, absolutely. First of all, I was supposed to have you last month. I wanted to say happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. What cancer? You was a cancer?
Gemini.
Gemini.
All right. What up, twin?
I love it. So your very latest project that just dropped with DJ Muggs for the Soul Assassins 3 album. Talk to us about that.
Okay, I see you do your homework.
I do my research.
Because you're talking about a song that's been up for like a couple of days.
I know. I'm just that fresh on it.
Well, the actual release is tomorrow. So, a short story. DJ Muggs from Cypress Hill, they were the first family to come and embrace us. Goody Mob, you know, this is like early 1994, 95, when we were just going to the West Coast to represent Atlanta, Georgia, and represent the South. They befriended us and they took care of us. They covered us, they protected us, and they gave us, you know what I mean, like security. So we've extended that relationship for the last 30 years, and it's still a lot of love there. All the love is there. And he just reached out to me about being a part of this new project, Soul Assassins Part 3. I heard a beat that I like. And a lot of the audience that got love for me, they was like really looking for me to rhyme again. People hear me sing more often these days. They're like, where the rapping at? You know what I mean? So his tracks, they really kind of bring that shit out of me.
I love it. What's the deciding factor that you use to decide which artist you want to work with? Because I'm sure you must get a lot of you're amazing. Like, I'm pretty sure you get a lot of requests for features, collabs. So is it like something you look for, or if it's just about the money, which I know is not for you because you're a true artist? So what do you look for when you decide I want to work with this person?
Well, you're right, and that's a great question. A lot of the times it just kind of depend on the time and the availability and whatever, you know what I'm saying, like connection that I have to the song itself. So like people might send a track and, you know what I mean, I just might just decide to do it. A lot of the features that I do for free. If I really got love for it or for love for them, you know what I mean, I'll just do it for free.
God bless you.
Because I need it to feel good, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. When there's money involved, it takes away the love.
Yeah, sometimes.
I love it. But the money is always a good thing, too. So I also did some research, and you are a James Brown fan.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of these young ones, y'all don't know about no James Brown up here today.
We got some soul in the building. Yeah, we definitely have some soul. And then I watched your jazz performance where you did an amazing tribute to James Brown.
In New Orleans?
Yes. Yeah. The jazz, iconic. So when you put this performance together, what were some of the things that you wanted to highlight to give the man his flowers, even though we know he's no longer with us on this world? He's still here through you and through everybody else who loves him. How did you put that performance together?
I mean, I feel like it's the individual that's, you know, acknowledged, but it's a spirit and a possession that animates each individual or each incarnation every time that it happens, which is every blue moon. So before James Brown, you have Little Richard. After James Brown, you have Sly Stone. Mm-hmm. After Sly Stone, you have Prince. You know what I mean? Then you have Michael Jackson. And then you have someone like myself. I mean, I can't mention myself in the company of those greats because I'm aspiring to be great. And the first ingredient to being great is having great taste. You know what I'm saying? So I do something similar. You know what I mean? Not exactly the same. It's my own interpretation. But I'm possessed with the same spirit. So James Brown is truly my godfather. And I take it personally. I feel like I'm possessed with it, you know what I mean, like in those moments. And it's just about inspiring other people and educating other people to music, their musical history, their ancestry, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to do, is be the bridge between the young and the old and make sure that there's appreciation. That's it.
Do you always channel the great James Brown before you do a live performance? Is he that spirit animal for you when you get on stage? Like for me, it's like, okay, I channel Beyonce. So is James Brown like the one?
James Brown is the one. He's the one that created the one. Everything is on the one. I mean, I guess you would have to do your history to even know what that reference is about. But James Brown is most certainly my spirit animal, and I've borrowed a lot. I've stolen a lot. You know what I'm saying? But each and every time you're inspired by something, it'll filter a different way. You know what I mean? Like you could take something deliberately from someone, you could eat it, and it'll filter out, much different, and it'll be your own unique interpretation of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely, I would consider James Brown the supreme spirit animal.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that. Shit
Very,
like
very
that,
well
shit
said.
like that.
Very well said. So for those who may not know, you're a lover of rock music. When did you know you were a rock star?
But see, y'all young though. Like I was born in 1975. I'm 48 years old. You know what I mean? So I grew up in the 80s with MTV, or, more locally around Atlanta, we had Friday night videos and video night tracks and all of that. Y'all too young to know that, about that. So I remember when hip hop didn't even really exist, and there was only rock and roll music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I grew up wanting to be like a punk rocker. I'm serious. It's crazy. Yeah,
There's
it's true.
nothing wrong with that. That's amazing.
I love it. I still love rock music.
Who's your favorite rock band?
I don't know if I have a favorite, but I can name a few that people might know. You might know Motley Crue.
Yes. Yes.
They were my favorite.
That's my last name, Motley. So
Is it?
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
and I have a twin sister and a brother. So when we were coming around with my dad, they'd be like, "There go to Motley Crue." So yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know about the Motley Crue.
Yep.
So for the new school generation, because like you said, we do have a large new school generation in the building. Can you please break down the Dungeon family and how they came to be?
All right. Well, we was y'all, man. We was y'all. 1994. I go all the way back with a couple of the brothers that y'all may be familiar with. Me and Andre 3000, we went to elementary school together, so we've been friends and family for as long as I can remember. And then we would part ways over the years, and then we would come back together under the umbrella of Dungeon Family. Shouts out to Rico Wade, Patrick Sleepy Brown, and Ray Murray. This is the trio that makes up of Organized Noise, who produced all of that original OUTKAST and Goody Mob music. I gotta always acknowledge them respectfully because they gave us shelter. Around that time, I was an at-risk youth. I was around here wilding, you know what I'm saying, being irresponsible and, at risk for sure. You know what I mean? But my aunt she recognized a talent within me and gave me an encouragement to refine it. You know what I'm saying? Like focus, dial in on it, refine it, make it a real thing, make it tangible. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. Fast forward, we all ended up at the Dungeon. I bumped into Big Boy Dre, of whom I knew already, and I'm like, damn, what y'all doing over here? Then I see Big Gip, I see Cujo, Timo, and we end up forming the Goody Mob, but we didn't initiate as a group. I came to the Dungeon as a solo artist. So after OUTKAST Blue, everybody was like, okay, what's next coming out of Atlanta? They was like, Goody Mob, you know what I mean? So before we called ourselves the Dungeon Family, we called ourselves Goody Mob. So with that, the smartest, most practical thing we could do is just combine our talents and become a unified front to represent the South again. And that's what it was about. And we went on to have a successful career together, 3 consecutive gold albums. Everybody's got, everybody got separate and solo success, and we always come back to the fold and represent the family.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I truly appreciate how you can listen to your music and you can learn about you. You will put things that you've been through in your music, challenges, situations. I actually just learned a lot just sitting down and listening to your catalog. So explain how your life will be different for Thomas Calloway if music was not a part of you.
I mean, music, artistry, it just gave me focus. It gave me purpose. It gave a meaning to life. You know what I mean? So before that, I was just kind of wandering around aimlessly uh, and not really sure of what the future would hold for me, the near future, the next day, later that day. You know what I'm saying? So I really felt like my life was spared because of music, which is why I said to myself, if I got the opportunity, I would utilize it for a greater good, something constructive as opposed to something destructive. And this is why, we went in the directions that we did to try to represent this city in a righteous way. You know what I mean? Like, and also be accountable. You know what I mean? Like, because it was all about redemption. We were all coming up out of the streets just like everybody else. Everybody got it up out of the mud. I didn't just fall out the sky singing and dancing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That part, you put the work in. Let's go home. Let's go to Atlanta. As someone from Atlanta who's been in the music industry, obviously, for quite some time, what's your thoughts on the Atlanta music scene and where it's headed?
Well, my thoughts on it is I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like,
It's the smile for me.
I enjoy it. Who I like? I like Young Nudie. You know
We
what I'm
all like
saying?
Nudie.
I like Nudie. You might be surprised. I listen to everything. It might be Baby Drill, anybody. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like I'm gonna go and check it out because I feel like we family. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna go see what my family got going. And if we ever have an opportunity to sit at the table and talk and build, you know what I mean, or even work together, you know what I'm saying, I would be open to it. You know what I'm saying? But what I love about this generation is they own in more of their content. You know what I mean? We were a generation, it's 20 plus years ago when I started. So the situations, the money wasn't the same, right. The circumstances weren't the same, and it was even worse generations before me. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad to see that it's evolved to a point to where people have sustained and changed the lives of their families and their associates and went on to do productive and great things. You know what I mean? And we just all contributing. We all just putting it to the pot. Everything should be an attempt to inspire someone else, to establish yourself, but ultimately inspire someone else. You know what I mean? You gotta want somebody to be greater than you. You know what I mean? To continue the work. You know what I mean? Because it don't stop.
Very, very well said. Very well said. I appreciate that a lot. The Voice.
So our kids are greater than us. We got great. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that respectfully. The generations that come after us, we got great offspring. I've seen so much inspiration, whether it be artistically or executively. I mean, like, because it's a really great balance between, people, and these our kids in this generation owning their content. You know what I'm saying? They're being more controlled.
I love it. I love it. And the new school is really doing a good thing with the content. They are really, experimenting and trying new things. The Voice. Kudos to you on The Voice. Kudos to you for being so fashionable on The Voice. Tell us a little bit about your time with the production.
I'm fresh right now. What y'all think?
Yes. Yes.
But see, look, I do what I do for TV, and I mean, like, and I think a lot of what inspired me is to just, I want to be able to recognize that, and recognize and see their reflection in me, but then also see the infinite possibility of which they possess as well. You know what I mean? So when I do something wild and bizarre and over the top and unique and I pull it off, I want to, encourage you and reassure you about what's truly possible. So, like, I take the bumps and the bruises, you know what I'm saying, to try to sort it out and go forth, to make a place for artists that want to come after us. You know what I mean? So we don't have to feel stagnant or in a systematic a cycle, you know what I mean, where you got to keep repeating yourself, because black life and black entertainment and black excellence, it's not a monolith, if you know what that word means. We ain't all the same. Everybody should be their own unique individual with their own unique perspective, and we should all be poured into the pot. You know what I'm saying? So I think the most gangster shit you could do is just be yourself, because you alone in that. You know what I'm saying?
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of wild and bizarre performances, your performances, you have some of the most iconic performances of all time. When you take the stage, it's like crazy, whether you're doing rap or rock or pop or in between or doing a mixture of both. When you do these performances, like for instance, the one you did at The Voice, and you're tapping into different genres of music and people are taken back from it, how does that make you feel?
It's a love language. You know what I mean? Like anything I've ever written is a love letter to whom it may concern. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. So I'm even grateful for your time, your patience, your attention. You know what I mean? Like, and your attendance and even being here to even hear the word. You know what I'm saying? Because you could literally be anywhere else. You know what I mean? But you guys decided to stay in hopes that maybe, you know what I mean, like a word will come forth. So I want to be able to be a blessing to y'all, you know what I mean, like in real time. You know what I mean? If I can.
Amen. Do you feel like, yeah, make some noise for him. Do you feel like you get your flowers for being a major contributor in the funkadelic lane that you're in?
I was just about to say, not only do I get my flowers, I get my forest. You know what I mean?
Yes, Forrest.
I get my real estate. I get my land. I get my intellectual property.
Yes.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I ain't lying. It's sometimes it's too much love. You know, and then sometimes, but for me it's humbling for me because a lot of the times I'm not knowing who might got love for me. It might be a little bitty white old lady or a little bitty child, and who might recognize my voice from Teen Titans or something. Because y'all know I done did everything. I done did voiceovers, all of that.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. And, the voice really aided in that and giving me that exposure, that platform, that height, that visibility. You know what I mean? And that's really all you really need. If you got a genuine thing to say and to do, the people will receive it as such. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The world outside of yourself, it ain't really as bad as you think.
I love it. I love beautiful. And the new single, Traffic Jam, I love that one too. What's next for CeeLo? What is CeeLo's plans for the rest of 2023 and the new year, 2024?
You know what? I just want to wake up in the morning. Everything after that is a plus.
I love it. I love it.
That's it.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
You ready for some hot seat questions? You ready for some hot seat questions?
Oh, shit. Let's go.
Hot seat questions on Live with Carisha. Tell us something spicy about yourself.
Something spicy? What you mean?
Something spicy. Somebody called you sexy. Yeah, oh, okay, period. Yes, big sexy.
Well,
we love it.
Something spicy, huh? How hot is it outside tonight? Today? It was about 96 early today, right?
Yeah.
All right, when it's 96 degrees, I don't want no drawers.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Very
shit like
spicy.
that, shit like
I'll
that.
just play, man.
What annoys you the most?
What annoys me the most? Hating ass niggas, man.
Talk about it. Yes. Which hood do you still pull up to for food? Well, that's a good one. I like that.
What you say?
Which hood do you pull up to for food? What hood spots you be eating at, CeeLo?
Man, who really from Atlanta around out here? Shit, I bet y'all don't remember the Chanterelles in the West End. All right, so I miss Chanterelles. That was my favorite place to eat. That's hood. That's little baby hood. You know what I mean? I used to see little baby out there. Piccadilly.
Not Piccadilly.
Y'all scared of Piccadilly?
They don't put no seasoning on their food.
Nah, come on, man. We grew up off Piccadilly.
Oh my! I'll let you pass. My
We
daddy.
grew up off Piccadilly, and if somebody was graduating from high school, we gonna go to Red Lobster. That's a special occasion right there.
That's a special occasion.
Shit like that. Shit like
we'll
that.
take
Shit
that.
like that. Shit like that.
If you were a porn star, what would your name be?
Shit, I already got a porn star name.
CeeLo Green.
Now, Mr. Low Jangles.
I like that. Would you rather have a threesome with Holly Berry and Taraji P. Henson or $1 million in cash?
Give me the cash.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Drunk
shit like
sex
that,
with
shit
a
like that.
one-legged stripper or cocaine sex with a runway model on acid?
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
Drunk sex with a one-legged stripper or cocaine sex with a runway model on acid?
How about drunk sex with a stripper with a sprained ankle? She got to have both legs, but yeah, it is.
Who is your secret crush?
My favorite crush?
Yes.
I used to have a crush on Sanaa Lathan.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful to me.
Sanaa Lathan is definitely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that. What's one life lesson that you teach your kids?
Stay solid. Stay solid. That's it.
What do you do that's a little ratchet?
What I do that's a little ratchet?
I know you got some ratchet stuff you be doing.
I do.
What is it? Tell it. We want to know.
Shit. Man, you got me up here being honest, man.
You in the hot seat. You got so you can't plead the fifth. You're in a safe place. Right, y'all?
I can tell y'all the truth. I can keep it 1,000.
You can keep it 1,000. We love you.
Okay, shit, you know, I might not take a shower for about 2 days.
You're a guy, so
Shit like that. Shit like that.
we'll
shit
take
like
that.
Shit like that.
We'll take. Yeah, hey, you're
You know what
busy.
I mean?
You
if
be
I
busy.
ain't did shit but sat around the crib, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you walking around in a man
It ain't like I was
tent,
out there cutting the grass or some shit.
would you rather do shrooms with Elvis Presley or ecstasy with Prince?
Shit. But you know, I love Prince. I knew Prince in real life, y'all. God bless the dead, man. Like, that's like my big little brother, because he's shorter than me.
Is he really?
Yeah, he was shorter than me. He acknowledged me for one in my lifetime, in my, professional career. He acknowledged me, and I think he's so great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're both Gemini, so I saw a lot of reflectiveness in the things that he sought out to do and accomplished. You know, the way that he was able to reinvent himself over and over again. I mean, like, just complete and total individual fashion. He could do Let's Go Crazy, but then he could write Jungle Love for the time. You know what I mean? So I think I hang out with Prince.
I like that. We're doing ecstasy with Prince, y'all.
Let's go! Let's go!
Which celebrity has you starstruck?
Prince is definitely one of them. I met all my legends. I met Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. I met David Bowie. I met Sly Stone. I met Prince at multiple occasions. We became friends. So it would have been Prince, but by the time I got a chance to meet him, I had been on his journey with him musically for so long. By the time I got a chance to meet him, it was real cool. I felt like I knew him already.
That's what's up. If you could go back in time to change one mistake, would you go back and what would it be?
I ain't gonna change nothing.
I love it.
If you change something, you'll change everything.
Have you ever
Shit
got
like that. Shit like that.
period.
Shit like
Have
that.
you
Shit
ever
like
got
that.
out of a
Shit like
parking ticket using your celebrity?
Definitely. Yeah, I done got pulled over a couple of times to some roadblocks. Yeah, definitely.
What was the most shocking thing to happen during sex?
Shocking.